It is now my pleasure to present the DCBA's President's Distinguished Service Award to a member who truly needs no introduction. This year's recipient is a lifelong Pennsylvanian. He grew up in Urea, attended Temple University, and then the Dickinson School of Law. He's practiced law in Harrisburg for 32 years. After completing a clerkship in the Superior Court, he joined McNeese, Wallace, Merrick, LLC in 1992. He spent his entire career in the firm's litigation practice and was admitted to equity membership in 2001. He later chaired the firm's litigation practice for many years. Over the years, he's developed a successful practice in transactional litigation. He's concentrated on and has developed substantial experience with claims based upon failed or failing business transactions and claims involving corporate, partnership, and other business entities controlled, particularly involving family businesses and family business succession. He served as lead counsel in resolving businesses and equity control disputes and assisted clients in achieving orderly resolution of those disputes and the certainty needed to proceed with their business plans. This is just a mere preview of what he did. But these facts about his practice are like stats on the back of a baseball card. They're incomplete and they do not tell the full story. While they paint a picture, they do not tell the story of his community involvement. This year's recipient is more than just a lawyer, albeit a highly successful one. He's a leader and an inspiration in his community. As a young lawyer that has grown up in both the DCBA and the PBA, I'm not so young anymore, I've witnessed firsthand his leadership. Beyond his practice, he's been a leader in the delivery of legal services to the poor and underprivileged since joining McNeese in 1992. He has served as a pro bono attorney for many clients, donating countless hours of service. He served as a leader of his firm's pro bono efforts since shortly after joining the firm, handing off these obligations in 2010. Beyond his work with the firm, he has served in leadership positions in many organizations committed to access to justice, including Mid-Penn Legal Services, Community Justice Project, past president of this association, and for 27 years he has chaired our Public Service Committee. He has also provided decades of dedication as well as monetary support to our very foundation, of which he will once again serve as its president in 2025. Over the years, he has been recognized for his service by a number of local and state organizations. And that alone is enough to warrant this award, but of course, that's not the end of the story. Jim is always ready to volunteer guidance or to encourage one of his colleagues to provide it. When the DCB leadership calls, Jim always answers. And when Pennsylvania Legal Aid Network needed an interim executive director in 2023, he stepped into that role. In December of last year, he completed his 15-month partial secondment plan. Although he's now returned full-time to his clients and his general counsel duties at McNeese, he's only going to do that for a short time. On June 30th, 2025, he will achieve the most coveted title of all, retired member. In fall, when Patrice and I began discussing this award, one name continued to come to the top of the list. And before he retires, it seems fitting that we thank him for years of service to this association, to our profession, and more importantly, our society and the access of justice. Growing up in the organized bar, he was always the quiet man that I came to know sitting in the back of the room, ready to roll up his sleeves, jump in, and help when there was a need. I can only hope when the time comes to hang it up, I have done half as much as this year's President's Award recipient for our profession and our communities. He is the kind of lawyer and leader that I personally aspire to be. He is an inspiration and example of what lawyers should strive to accomplish in our profession. Please join me in recognizing this year's President's Distinguished Service Award recipient, James DeAngelo.
Thank you, John, and some other thank yous, but I wanted to start out by thanking you. I know this is an award that's under your discretion. It is greatly appreciated. I'd also like to thank the Dauphin County Bar Association, its board of directors, Patrice, and all of your staff. And finally, I'd like to thank my wife and family who have tolerated my many expeditions that I've volunteered for over the years. talk about a little bit about, pro bono. This will be a little speechy, but bear with me. It's important work, critically important work. If you've done poverty law work, you quickly learn one thing, and that is that poverty makes life difficult to navigate. Very difficult. Everything gets in the way. It's very unfortunate. It's a very sad situation for human beings to live under. And add to that some form of legal trouble or jeopardy, and navigating life can become almost impossible. Many things just get in the way, and there are no resources and there's no safety net. A quote from Dr. King from 1968, "The poorest people in our country today, on the whole, are working every day, but they are earning wages so low that they cannot begin to function in the mainstream of the economic life of our nation. We have thousands and thousands of people working on full-time jobs with part-time income." Demonstrates one thing, that some things change and some things don't. And the point I want to emphasize is that the poor, the working poor, are not paying hourly wages, or hourly rates rather, to lawyers and law firms. They simply can't do that. They can't do a lot of things. They, however, still have legal problems, and they still need help. So what has the organized bar tried to do about that? The organized bar has provided steadfast support for civil legal aid. I would commend to your review Richard Nixon's letter to Congress in support of the Legal Services Corporation, where he credits the organized bar's support all those years ago for the creation of the Federal Legal Services Corporation. Unfortunately, I suspect that funding to the Legal Services Corporation will soon be in jeopardy, certainly over the next 2 years, if not longer. That would be very unfortunate to have that pulled back. The organized bar has also provided steadfast support for pro bono programs, and that's terrific. And the DCBA has been recognized as a leader for supporting civil legal aid and supporting pro bono programs for many, many years. And I thank you for that support, and I thank you for allowing me to have an opportunity to be a part of that. So I will end with this. I encourage you to get involved. And there are lots of ways to get involved. You could take a pro bono case, obviously, and that would be great. It would help a neighbor. That would be a terrific thing to do. If you want to support legal aid in central Pennsylvania, consider making a donation to the Dauphin County Bar Foundation, which supports the legal aid office right here in Harrisburg, and that does terrific, terrific work. If you want to support impact litigation throughout Pennsylvania, consider making a donation to the Community Justice Project. They do tremendous, tremendous work, and they're based right in here in Harrisburg. They're just terrific. If you want to get inspired and think about what opportunities are out there, I encourage you to come to the Pennsylvania Legal Aid's Excellence Awards, March 17th, March 27th, right here at the Hilton. It's a terrific evening where we recognize leaders throughout the Commonwealth, and you will hear stories of tremendous, tremendous work being done by legal aid advocates, pro bono attorneys, and at times some organizations who are helping people throughout the Commonwealth. It's really, really, really good stuff. So thank you.